Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone, and welcome to my channel. Today I have something very exciting. I have one of the best tool hauls I've had in quite some time. So recently I discovered the brand, well no, let me rephrase that. I didn't discover the brand Milwaukee. I got my first Milwaukee tool and I really liked it. And to be honest, compared next to Snap-on, I love the Milwaukee tools, and every one that I've used has just kicked Snap-on's butt. I don't have any cordless ratchets, but everything I have has so far has well exceeded my expectations, and I'm really surprised because I thought that Snap-on would just be by far above everything else. So let's get into it. Let's start off with my favorite tool that I've got, and I just got that this weekend, and that is the M12 3/8 stubby impact. Every single person I work with has this tool and they love it. So I bought the tool. It came with a free battery. It came with a free high output battery. I saw high output and I thought, yes, got to work. And I looked at it and it was only a 2.5 amp battery. It's better than the regular battery, but it's definitely not what I want. So the 5 amp battery is in my future. I've only had this for a short time, but I love this tool. Tool number one. Let's just stay on the Milwaukee train. So Tool Up is on Instagram, and they had a whole bunch of days of Christmas giveaway, and every day you got to submit entries, and I won one day. This was my first Milwaukee tool, and that is the quarter drive. Come on, it's got the chuck, same as the Snap-on, right? So I have that. Pretty cool. Not my favorite. Doesn't have the breakaway torque, and you can't like use it to break it away. I have another one that I got for home, and that one kicks Snap-on's butt. Now let's get into the big ones. So this was my biggest Milwaukee purchase, and that was the big boy and the 3/8. So this is the 1/2 inch right here. Batteries at work. Loaner battery here. So this thing has 1,440 foot-pounds of torque. This thing is really, really impressive, and I love it. It's actually so powerful that I actually don't feel comfortable putting lug nuts back on with it just because it has so much power. And this 3/8 is amazing. I love it. What's unfortunate is I bought the kit, came with 2 batteries. One of the batteries out of the box was no good. It just kept trying to charge. It never said it had a full charge. So I got a loaner battery from my Matco dealer. So that's that. The next tool I got, and I just got this from my friends at Capri. It is a brand new tool. I just shared this the other day, and that, well, I'll just show you the set. And that is the 3-piece soft grip Capri Tools 90 tooth ratchets. Now I've used all of these so far and I love it. This is the 1/2 inch. This is exactly the same size as my Snap-on. What I like about this, it doesn't have the stupid button here. I can't stand ratchets that have a button. My Snap-on has a button. I hate it. But regardless of that, the teeth operation is so smooth. I have a lot of ratchets. I'll share with you in the future. I'm going to make a video on all my ratchets because I have a lot. But the 3/8, I've used this quite a bit. I love that. And the quarter, I use this a whole bunch. I just got done doing a whole bunch of dash work. And yeah, so this is amazing. I love it. These Capri tools, if you go to my link tree, I have a code where you could use Nuts and Bolts with Tone. You get 10% off on a Capri Tools purchase. Can't beat that. If it's not on sale, you get a discount. All right, the next tool just goes along with another tool that I got. I actually haven't even had a chance to use this. So I bought the AES Wave U-scope not super long ago, and it was on back order. I had to wait to get it because the low amp probe was not in stock, and so I contacted them and they said I said go ahead and send it, and when the low amp probe comes in, send it out. So now I've got the low amp probe for my my U-scope. Future U-scope video coming pretty soon. I have it just about ready. I was really hoping to add I was really hoping to add some content with the low amp probe, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So I may just do the video and worry about the low amp probe later. Maybe put that in a Diag video. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put that U-scope video out soon, just to show its capabilities. I can't believe I didn't get one sooner. So awesome. Next thing was just a cheap purchase. I needed a micrometer. My micrometer died. I don't usually spend a ton of money on micrometers. I don't really care to spend a ton of money. I don't use them a lot. I don't do a lot of brake inspections, but I like to have my own. So here's one thing that I do when I get a micrometer. So I like to get the digital micrometers, but then what I do is I take it to the grinder and I grind a section out of it. So that way if the rotor has a lip, I can go around the lip and still measure the rotor. So I do that. My old one I bought at Home Depot, and I had that one for, God, 10 years. So I think I just bought this one at Lowe's. It's fine. The next thing, I don't have the tool with me. I just did a post on Instagram, but gator magnets right here. This is awesome. I bought this, and I've had this 3/8 stubby, and I want to keep it on top of my cart because I'm going to use it a lot. I didn't have anywhere to put it. So I used the gator magnet, and I stuck it to the lid of my cart, and I hang the 3/8 stubby on there. It works fantastic. I just put that on Instagram today. The next tool I bought, I didn't bring home. Darn it. So I have a big, long, 3-foot long, 18-inch wide foam pad. It's like this thick from Snap-on, and it has holes all in it from the hood latches on all the diesels I work on, and it's just kind of getting ragged. But another thing is when I do heater cores or where I'm on both sides of the car, I like to have a mat on both sides so I'm not moving it from side to side. So I just recently bought one from Lang. I actually bought it from Jegs Performance, actually, but it's by Lang, and it was cheaper than Snap-on, and I like it a lot. It's at work. I'll share that on Instagram. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it home. I probably wouldn't have brought it home because it's so big and large. Next thing I bought, and I recommend this, if you are trying to organize your wrenches and you're trying to figure out your wrench drawer and you don't want to spend a ton of money on all the tool widgets and, you know, all that stuff, I see all those things and they look awesome. I just can't quite make it all work because my toolbox doesn't work for wrenches. I don't have giant long drawers. So what I did was I bought this set here. I actually bought 2 of these. It's the US General 2-piece wrench set. So it's nice and pliable. So it works really well with stubby wrenches and everything else. And I even actually cut these off to make them work. I'll be doing a future toolbox video, and you'll see, but I've cut them off and used different parts and different contraptions for all the different wrenches I have. Because I have a lot of wrenches, and I don't have a lot of places to put them. So I think I bought 2 or 3 packs of these, and I kind of have them cut up and all over the place. So these are actually a good idea, and they're really inexpensive. And you can cut them. They're super easy because, I mean, they're super pliable. I mean, look at that. Look at how pliable it is. I mean, you can move this around and cut it and modify it. The next tool, I have not actually had a chance to use it. I bought it. It's been sitting on my cart, and the time I needed it was not that long ago. I was doing an oil pan on an old Nissan pickup, and whoever did the oil pan before me used about 5,000 times too much silicone, and it took me forever to get the oil pan off. I mean, forever. And when I did, the oil pan was all jacked up. I mean, the edges were bent. I had to spend, I bet I spent a good 45 minutes trying to straighten the oil pan. But anyways, so that tool is right here, and that is from Lyle. There's the part number right there. Okay. Now this is a gasket separator. So it's got a nice little, kind of like a sharp edge, like a beveled edge here. So you can put it in and hammer it in to oil pans and things like that to separate them. The handle turns around. It's got a nut to lock it into a certain position. All right. So you hammer it in and you get it in. And then so since the edges are rounded and they're not sharp, you can, I'll do it like this. You can hammer it in and then you can come from this side and hammer it and then slide it down, right? And break the oil pan loose, transmission pan, whatever it is that you're trying to do. But anyways, Lyle for the win on this one. Super excited. I wish I had that. I wish I had that. God, it was only like just a couple weeks ago. Now the next one, I have to give a shout out to my boy Steve, Tool Demos, for this one here. This one is going to be a lifesaver. And yeah, so he encouraged me to buy this. I actually haven't even told him yet. So this is Lyle 37300, and this is a fuel line and AC line disconnect plier set. So this is a plier set like this. And what it does is you put your disconnect tool on the line and you use this. So a lot of times when you have a fuel line and it's clamped on and you've got there's a spring in there, Fords are common for this. And so you can't quite get the tool in there. You can try twisting it. It's super, super hard. So what you do is you put your disconnect tool in there and then you grab the line with these pliers, and this grabs the line, this grabs the tool, and it pulls the disconnect tool into the line, and then you can twist and pull it off. So anyways, I haven't got a chance to use these, but these are going to come in handy. Thank you, Steve. Go check him out. Tool Demos. He just did a video on these. Next one was just a stupid little purchase. I was at Lowe's buying some stuff for the house, and I saw these little tiny needle nose pliers. Real small. I mean, I had a small pair, and these are even smaller. So these are going to come in handy for little things. These are actually good for Schrader valves, trying to pull Schrader valves out of the ports when you're changing them. If you do AC work, you should be replacing Schrader valves. Every single time I do AC jobs, I replace a Schrader valve. Every time. Both of them. Always. All right. The next one, man, I am so excited about this. Man, let me tell you. So, if you work on Euro cars or anything like that, then you should be familiar with Vim tools. So, Vim tools, all right. So, kind of cool box, right? So, I work on a lot of sprinters and sprinter turbos, oil coolers, all that stuff. And so, I have to use a lot of Torx and e-Torx and things like that. But the Torx, I've always wanted to find a universal Torx that had a U-joint, but it wasn't super big, it wasn't super long, and it wasn't super bulky, right? And so I found these from Vim Tools. When I first went on their website, I couldn't find them. So I actually messaged them on their website. I said, hey, I'm looking for a set of Torx universal sockets. And they sent me an email back that said, here it is, here's the part number, here's the price. Awesome. So anyways, I mean, and it's on a little magnetic tray. So this actually sits on the lid of my cart because I work on this kind of stuff all the time. So, I mean, even this one right here is hang on, I can't really see. I don't have a flashlight. So this is a T40. Now this is smaller than a T40 actual socket. Look at that. Next to my finger. I mean, this thing is tiny, right? I mean, imagine. And it's by Vim Tools. So it's got this extra block in here. So it's a lot of times this pin is way down here at this pin. So you have a lot more movement. You have almost a full 360 degree without any binding. So anyways, if you work on Euro cars, you need this, sprinters, anything like that. Universal Torx, Vim Tools. I'm excited about that. Now, I wish I had this a while ago. I made a video called Makeshift Slide Hammer. We were replacing an engine on a 6.2 Ford. And we pulled the motor out, had the used motor. It was a fleet. They needed their truck back like yesterday. So we get it out, and the used engine and the engine that I pulled out had one missing dowel pin and one dowel pin in the block. Of course, both engines had the dowel pin in the same spot. So I had to get one of the dowel pins out. We tried everything. Now, I made a video called Makeshift Slide Hammer, and there's a lot of people on the internet that it really made unhappy. I don't really care. So we tried everything on this. We heated up the block. Now, in the past, we've tried threading stuff in. We've tried using slide hammers. We've tried everything, and nothing has ever worked. And we always ended up destroying the alignment dowel. And on this one, I had to get it out. I was trying everything. So I have these vice grips, these Van plier vice grips, and they're different. They instead of having the teeth like this, they have like I should have brought them home. So instead of coming together like regular teeth like this, they have like a curvature in there. And then they have teeth going this way, but they also have teeth going this way. So it grabs better than vice grips. So what we ended up doing, my service manager came up with this crazy idea. We got the vice grips, and we got them so tight we had to use channel locks to squeeze the vice grips. Then we ran a chain through the vice grips, and then we used a small sledgehammer from Harbor Freight, and we hammered on it while we're heating up the block. And after everything we tried, this actually worked. Now, the reason that I had to do it this way was because every single pair of vice grips I own does not adapt to my slide hammer. I have a nice OTC slide hammer set. Even has a little spot. It has a thing for vice grips. However, every one of my vice grips, the pin is the wrong size. Now, and I just noticed something. It's pretty funny. So, I was at Lowe's one day buying stuff from the house, and I thought, you know what? I don't own any good vice grip brand, any good vice grips. Everything I own is kind of off-brand. So I bought a pair of Irwin vice grips. So one day we were at work trying to get a dowel out of an engine, and what do you know? I took my pin out, and the actual Irwin vice grips, this actually fits onto a sledgehammer. But I just noticed something. There was a TikTok video right now that one guy said, if you ever can't get your vice grips to unlock, you use a socket and you go into the pin and you can loosen it up and tighten it up. And you can actually tighten it and make it tighter than you can actually squeeze it. And everybody is looking at their vice grips and saying, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I never looked. I just saw the videos and laughed. And I just noticed. There's an Allen hole right there. So if you guys see that TikTok, it's actually pretty funny that there is an actual Allen there. Maybe people just don't have good vice grips. All right, the very last tool, I just did something this week on this. And I haven't even checked out the whole capabilities of this tool yet. I've only used it for batteries. And I love it. I love it. We have a handheld battery tester at the shop, and I work almost the farthest from the tool room where it is that out of anybody. There's only one guy that works further than me. And I have to walk all the way across the shop. And I get there, and it's not there. It's out on the floor somewhere. And there's always a problem. The battery's out, the paper's out. It's always something. So, Top Don is really coming out after everyone with all of their technology. So they have this battery tester, this BT300P. This is the best battery tester that they have. So it comes in a nice bag. And I've only used this to test batteries so far, and I love it. So I'll be doing a future video on this where I do the full starting and charging system test on it. But it comes in a nice little pouch. Comes with a couple extra rolls of paper. Does a really nice printout. And the screen is really nice. Gives you a percentage of the battery. Gives you the voltage. Gives you the cold cranking amps. It gives you everything. It gives you actually more... all the handheld battery testers I've ever seen, this actually gives you more data than a regular battery tester. So anyways, like I showed in the video, it has really nice alligator clips. The leads are actually pretty long. good 2 feet maybe. So pretty good if you're doing a starting and charging system test. If you have to have it hooked up to the battery and you're trying to reach this, you know, you can get closer to the driver's seat. But anyways, not really going to do anything with this. I just want to show you the BT300. This is an awesome battery tester, and you should look into it. So anyways, that's the tool haul. I'm pretty excited. A lot of great tools, and this is one of my best tool hauls that I've ever had. So thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you definitely don't want to miss. And hey, I read all the comments. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.